Okay, so what's in the boxes? Here you ask. What makes your boxes different to anything else that I could just find myself on the internet? And that's a really good question, and I'm glad you're thinking it. Well, the difference between our boxes and what you might be able to source individually is the fact that I've done the hard work for you. This is a project that has taken over 2 years through various stages of development to come to this point where we're actually now printing our resources rather than having them as downloadables. So in the box, the idea is that absolutely any adult working within a school, or if you're buying one of these as a parent or as a tutor, anyone can pick up the box, open the box, look at one of the activity cards, pull out the right resources that go with it, and within like a minute of literally opening the box, flip through the cards, choose the card, grab the resources, you can have an intervention programme that will work with any child of any age. If they have got missing building blocks of their basic number sense and they are needing to go back to the beginning, back to basics to infill these basic number sense issues, so they could be any school year at all. So this means that this box can be used across the whole school. If you have got a child in your class or children in your class who you are teaching age-related content to, and it doesn't matter how many times you go over it, it doesn't make much sense to them. They have almost certainly got gaps. So if you imagine you've got layers of bricks of different ideas, they build on each other. So if we're trying to teach something up here, but because the things underneath don't make sense to the child, then that's when you need one of these intervention programs. So the beauty of my product is that anybody within a minute can be doing something that will help the child. So we take out the flashcards if it's something that's using extra resources. So in the boxes there are the flashcard sets that I've developed myself, and they've been particularly developed for children with dyscalculia, which is in rough speaking, it's a type of dyslexia to do with numbers. That's not really what it is, but that is the basic idea of what it is. And then I've designed it for that, but it actually, because it's visual and practical, it will work with any child. Any child who has got missing gaps, you can use this intervention program. You'll get out the resources, so you might get out some of the sets, not a worksheet in sight. And that's the other thing that your children will like about this. This is not death by worksheet. It is not yet another workbook for them to work through. So these are quick, fun, small activities. So if somebody has a few minutes to spare, they can literally grab the box off the shelf, grab a child or two, take them into a small room or edge of the classroom, take out some of the resources and do a 5-minute activity. And that's all there is to it. So take it out of the box, have a look at one of the cards, do one of those things. Now the beauty of these intervention boxes is it doesn't really matter what order an adult does these activities with a child. There is a basic order, but it isn't that you absolutely have to work through sequentially. If you've got a few minutes to spare and you know that a child has particularly liked a particular activity before, just grab that one, do it with them, get them on side, get them succeeding, winning, feeling good about themselves, and then move on, grab another one out of the box. And as I say, the beauty of this system is that you do not need trained specialist teachers like myself to run this intervention programme. Anybody, a parent helper, or a qualified teacher can just take an activity out of the box. That's the beauty of it. Each of the sets of flashcards that I've developed are so versatile, and each one can be used in a myriad of ways. I've developed a sort of system of things that you can do with them. But if you can think of anything else to do with them, go ahead, fill your boots. That's what they're here for. The whole point is this isn't really a prescriptive service. It is you pick them up, you use them. Now I believe because I use this system with my pupils that I teach one-to-one, I know that my resources work. They're proven. They've been in a phase, sort of a beta phase really, of being downloadable. And so parents could download them, print them off, use them at home. Other tutors have also bought them, downloaded them, printed them off, used them with their pupils. So I know this works. I also know from the training that I've done to do with dyscalculia, I know that this is the correct progression through. So I know that it works. So I've done all of that for you, and you don't have to. All you need is somebody to pick a few children out that are struggling. And if you've got 5 minutes, great. If you had a half an hour with them, even better. But this could be something that you had somebody pull out a couple of children a couple of times a week. And the beauty of it is any time you spend using it will help them. It's as simple as that. Now you might say, well, I can buy Cuisenaire rods, I can buy counters, I can buy some of those kind of cards somewhere else. Yes, you can. And I'm not saying you can't, you really can. The idea is though that I've done everything for you. You get everything in a box with the activities. Now, as a qualified teacher, and if you've got plenty of experience in working with children with special needs and maths anxiety who don't get things straight away, you may well have the expertise to do this too. And if that's the case, fantastic. You don't need my product. But if that's not the case, and you would like it something as an intervention that anyone can use, that's what we're here for. So, have a look. Click and have a look.